Good morning, Rumble fam. Welcome to the Dire Maul Alliance Guide. So far with this deck, I've been able to complete level 19 with 17.1. The ice is crucial for your first boss, Craig. The only card that is severely lacking here would be the chickens. What would be much better off would be Execute, if you have it leveled up, or an AoE flying unit. Fortunately, our AoE flying units are only level 12. What's also good about that socket is you would be able to switch it to both spell or flying, giving your Execute or flying unit an extra 2 levels. We have Raptors. This is what we're using more for defense. The whole idea of this deck is to have, eventually, get 2 Shaman and 2 Paladins out there. Once that happens, it is extremely difficult for the enemy to take you down. This deck is very strong against the 2nd and 3rd level. It is capable of defeating Craig, but it will take some practice. He is by far the most difficult boss for this deck.
Let's get ready to Warcraft Rumble.
If you have an energy efficient card right off the bat, I recommend getting that chest immediately. The whole idea with this battle is to get your enemy to turn on itself. Once the enemy loses 1/3, any unit loses 1/3 of its health, it will go into a berserk mode and will immediately start annihilating friend or foe, whatever is closest. And the enemy tower will target berserk enemy minis. I found that pushing the right side and just defending the left hand side worked out better. You'll have to figure out which strategy works for you. When I attempted to push both towers, I always failed. But once I started just pushing the right, I started finding success. Towards the end of the battle, this is where Execute would be such a great option to have. We only have Blizzard. But if you can enrage the units right next to Craig, it's going to be very helpful for getting that W. And I did forget to mention, the artifact that I picked for this battle is the Unstable Concoction. It's where your units poison on death. And that is that's awesome for triggering that Berserk. I wish I could say this was a one and done, but Craig takes me many times to complete when we're under leveled. So be patient. Push the right side. Sometimes he's going to put out like 30-40 energy in troops. But eventually, this will be the way to get the job done. For Thar, I went with the Leeching Poison. That is the Lifesteal Ruin. The strategy for Thar is pretty simple. We need to put that arrow, turn to the right, attempt to spawn your troops without any enemy minis nearby, and that will make it so the little Eye of Sauron gets shot down by your tower and not runs into your troops. My goodness, look at the damage on that Banshee. We almost got owned so quickly there. All we're trying to do here is build up a horde of minis that consists of at least 2 Paladins, 2 Grunts, and 2 Shaman. If you complete that push and defend from the left, of course, this will happen. The 2nd Pally and 2nd Shaman should be spawned from your newly gained tower, and once you reach Thar, he will not be able to out DPS your heals. If you have completely accomplished, it looks like we are missing 1 Shaman, so he was able to slightly out damage the heals. His AoE does about, I'm guessing it's 100 per level, so his AoE is doing about 1900 per attack. For King Gordok, I went with Band of the Protector. That lowers the energy costs of the Grunts and the Paladin by 1. Personally, I like to go right to left on this boss. The main reason that we're doing so is the biggest problem is his Ogre Magi that is on the left hand side. And if you push the right first, it will pull Gordok over to the right, which allows your left hand push to focus on getting that Ogre Magi down. Remember to send a miner with both your pushes. That will keep the gold constantly coming in. And once we have both of the enemy heroes in our ranks, it's just time to start figuring out where you can send units to get to that Ogre Magi. Because without that Ogre Magi being smashed, I don't think it's possible to drop them when you're underleveled. Maybe there is a unit that's DPS. Maybe if we got those chickens and all those raptors on them, it might be possible. But yeah, figure out if you have to push from the left-hand side at your original base to get the Magi down, or if you can push from the left of that tower. And that's how we got Dire Maul in the books. I thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Eat some good food. And above all else,
Smash.